Hey, what's up everybody? It's me, Mr. Clutch, back here on the Mr. Clutch Sportscast. Wow. If you guys didn't watch the final game, Game 5 of the Cleveland Indians and New York Yankees American League Division Series last night, you missed a wild one. Aaron Judge went 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. Gary Sanchez went 0 for 4 or 5 too, I think. But Didi Gregorius went 3 for 4 with 2 home runs, a solo shot, and then a 2-run homer. The Indians got back into it with a couple of RBI singles and made it 3-2. And then, well, then Brett Gardner. If you guys haven't seen the video, just look up Game 5. Yankees Indians 2017 ALDS. You're not going to believe the at-bats that some of these guys had. Maybe Brett Gardner, but Todd Frazier, no. Just, no. But anyway, that's a long way of saying the Yankees came back from down 0-2 in the American League Division Series to win in Cleveland. And now all of their postseason games that they've won this year have been elimination games. Obviously the wild card, which is a one-game win or go home. And because they lost the first 2 games to Cleveland, every game after that was win or go home. So games 3, 4, and 5. So, that means the American League Championship Series, first of all, I was wrong. Second of all, the American League Championship Series will be played in Houston for the first 2 games. Astros and Yankees. So, good deal. A little bit into how the Yankees did it. It was not Aaron Judge. He had 1 hit the whole series. So it wasn't him. It really wasn't Gary Sanchez either. Just not him. Not those 2 guys. It was everybody else. It was Greg Bird, Didi Gregorius, Brett Gardner, everybody else in that Yankees lineup, or some of the other guys in that Yankees lineup who really stepped up. Gregorius is kind of a known name, but not very well known. He's making a better name for himself, especially now. Yeah, the Yankees, and they didn't hit a whole lot of home runs either, aside from last night. They did it with keeping the ball in the park. I mean, and they just grinded away the Cleveland Indians. They outlasted them, pure and simple. Guys stepped up when they needed to step up. They grinded out at bats. They did things. Watching that game kind of reminded me of watching a Houston Astros game. Just straight up gut reaction. That's what a lot of, I don't want to say this, what a lot of the games always look like, but when the Yankees were staying in the game, were staying close, competitive, all that good stuff, that's what they were doing. They weren't, some guys sure might be trying to do too much, but some guys just stepped up, did what they had to do to either get on base, get an out, get a strikeout, whatever. By the way, Masahiro Tanaka and Luis Severino in games 3 and 4 killed it. Absolutely killed it. So, yeah, they were awesome. Aroldis Chapman, Yankees bullpen really has been for the entire second half of the season, but especially in the postseason as it applies to October. They have been absolutely phenomenal. David Robertson, Aroldis Chapman, Tommy Kahnle, Chad Green. I mean, those 4 guys in specific have been really, really good. They've all made their mistakes, but in the end, they come back and they try to give you their all, no matter what. So, and the Indians, honestly, I don't know what happened. I think they burned out at the wrong time. That's honestly what I think happened. They burned out. They did what the Dodgers did this year in August, and they did what the Cubs did last year at around the All-Star break. They just they tanked. After game 2, they just dropped off. Even last night, there was not a whole lot of offensive production. I mean, sure, they drew their walks and whatnot, but there wasn't. And they got 5 or 6 base hits, maybe 7, a couple runs, but I mean, it wasn't like. Those were off of Sabathia. CC Sabathia started last night, went 4 1/3, I think. 4 1/3, 4 2/3. Might want to check me on that, but that's what I personally think happened, just because I can't even begin to describe how this year they could burn out, but last year, when really only Corey Kluber was consistently dominant. I mean, Trevor Bauer was off and on. Danny Salazar was on the DL. I think Carlos Carrasco was too. This year, Kluber's on, Bauer's on, Carrasco is on mostly. Clevenger is surprisingly consistent. And I mean surprisingly because almost nobody outside of Cleveland knows who he is. But so when you go from one guy being domination style good and 3 guys who are on a good day really good, on a bad day you're going to give up a lot of runs, to 4 guys who can give you 6, 7 innings on any given day. They're probably going to go 5, but we'll just say 6, 7 innings on any given day, because I think they're capable of that. Even Kluber was not good in this series, which is surprising. So, I'm not sure what happened. The Indians' bullpen was good, but it just, again, they burned out. Their bats didn't do a whole lot the last 3 games, or they didn't do enough. And really, once you get Aroldis Chapman in, it's possible to score runs off of Aroldis, but is it likely, especially right now? No, not really. But anyways, that's that. That's my reaction on that series. What happened? So the ALCS, like I said, is set up. Astros, Yankees. In the NLCS, it's Dodgers and the winner of tonight's NLDS game. It's Game 5 as well. Cubs, Nationals in Washington. Like I said, they're playing right now. I believe the Cubs are leading. Last I checked, last I knew, they were leading. I get alerts on my pad and MLB at bat. So yeah, I think right now I'm gonna go ahead and put in my ALCS prediction because it's set up, and that way tomorrow I can just focus on reaction of the NLDS game and NLCS predictions. I'm not going to pull any punches. The Yankees are going to be playing high and mighty. They're going to feel like they can take over the world. But I think the Astros are just, they're better at grinding things out. They're better at grinding games out. I'm going to give it to the Stros 4-2. The Yankees are not going to go away quietly, though. They win a couple at home. I don't think they do well in Houston, and I think they lose a close one at home. I think they're going to play the Stros tough anyway, but like I said, Verlander, Keuchel, McCullers, McHugh, Giles, Gregerson, Davinsky. I mean, there's just too many pitchers on that team who can just turn it on and go off. And then hitters, too. Correa, Altuve, Bregman, Beltran. Once he gets going, I think he'll contribute more. So, yeah, I'm giving it to the Stros. That'll wrap this episode up. But tomorrow, like I said, Cubs, Nationals, Game 5 reaction, and obviously NLDS recap and what I thought of the series. NLCS predictions tomorrow as well. It's kind of like what I just did, only for the National League. And then Saturday, the primetime game, I believe, is number 13 USC and Utah. So I will record that on Saturday or watch it live. I don't know. Who knows? And either Saturday night or Sunday night, there will be a video out for that. Cool. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. I also like the action I've been getting on the comments lately, so keep those coming. I appreciate it. Subscribe, share it with your friends and family, and strangers. Or not, I don't know. You don't have to if you don't want to. But this is Mr. Clutch signing out and saying, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.